It struck me today as I was out on a morning run that investing is so much easier than running. And while people say health is wealth, and I think it is, one is a lot easier to make than the other. Now granted, it's not that easy to make money, but once you have the money, actually putting it to good use is pretty simple. All I've got to do here is open up an app and hit some buttons, and suddenly I'll be invested. You want to do it? Let's do it right now. I just ran for 31 minutes, which will be a negligible amount of fitness, but I can invest $250 in about 15 seconds. There we go. Gosh, it's so much easier. You see, to invest, you don't have to wake up an hour early and put on funny clothes and a pack to carry water. You don't have to buy special shoes or buy special shorts that don't chafe your body because you have to move so much. No, you don't have to have anything like this. This is one of the reasons why I talk about investing so much, is I think that it's the easiest and the best way for the average person to build wealth. You don't have to have a heart rate strap on to invest either. First of all, I think dealing with money and figuring out what to do and fitness in general are both hard. So just because something is potentially simple doesn't mean it's not difficult. Next, they both require common enough knowledge but are hard to execute. So for fitness, it's sort of like we should exercise, we should eat healthy, we should do that more, and then we'll become more healthy, we'll become more fit. And with money, it's a similar thing. We should earn more, save more, invest more. But man, sometimes those simple things are just so difficult to actually put into practice in real life. For both of these, we really like shortcuts, and we fall victim to them often. If it's a diet pill, if it's a fad diet that's actually not healthy for us long term, if it's a silly workout program that either doesn't really challenge us enough or might actually be way beyond what we're actually capable of doing in the condition we're in, all those things can be bad plans. And with money, we do similar stuff. Like even here on YouTube, there are a ton of scammers who are in the comments claiming that they invested with some particular person and you need to contact them through WhatsApp. And beyond that, there's just a lot of information and there's a lot of trends. There's a lot of rumors of people making a bunch of money, and why would we not all want to make money? Why would we not all want to get fit quicker than if we had to do the traditional methods? And so we jump on these little fads, and more often than not, we get hurt. For both fitness and money, we need regular motivating. I don't know about you, but for me, it's difficult to wake up an hour early and go on a run. And sometimes it's difficult to part with the money that I'd really like to spend and instead send it to that Roth IRA account and trust that that's better. There are a lot of like fitness motivation videos here on YouTube, but I don't think I've seen any personal finance, like financial independence motivation videos with some announcer over some crispy B-roll of some guy like
investing on his phone. Like, you can't just do the same things and expect excellent results. You have to invest.
That'd be funny if someone made that video. Also, for both fitness and money, we need accountability. And I think that's easier than ever to get nowadays because we have the potential to be so connected, at least electronically, with each other, but we also have the potential to have so much data. There are services that are totally free online, like Strava, like Smash Run, like Garmin's own service, that display all this data for you. I personally think that data serves as great accountability for us. Data shows us what's going on in our life. Regardless of how we feel about it, this is the truth. I haven't been as confident in the data that I've gotten from personal finance kind of services. I've used Mint for a while, and then I used a few other budgeting apps, and none of them really blew me away. They were all kind of fine. And then I've also been using Personal Capital for a really long time. My problem with all those kinds of like personal finance related budgeting, self-updating kind of services is that they all lose their connection with the bank fairly often. So more often than not, I would get on there and I would have some bank account that's been disconnected. So then you've got to go through the trouble of trying to figure out why the connection's not there. You know that your data is not actually up to date then, and it's kind of a pain. Now the alternative is to build a giant budget spreadsheet like I've done, and that's also a pain. So it's kind of pick your pain here. For both health and fitness related things and for money, financial independence, net worth related things, the reality is that both of these require more of a lifestyle change than just a short-term behavior change. I get a lot of comments from people that say like, well, what happens if I only want to invest my money for a year? Or what happens if I need to take it out? Or all these kind of short-term comments, like people just want to think about something for a little while. And I think that that's preserving something in us. It's preserving our sense of being able to do whatever we want with our money. And then it also sets us up for this weird expectation of like, well, maybe I can make so much money in that 1 year of investing that it'll set me up. People probably want like a 6-week diet and workout plan because like summer is coming. I'm gonna be in that pool pretty quick and I'm gonna be wearing less clothes than this. I gotta look good. And it's like, if we had a lifestyle that was going on for the last 10 years, we wouldn't need to get that rash, crazy plan in place. We could instead just go, yeah, this is who I am. This is the kind of person that I am. I am a healthy person and I'm a person who takes care of his or her money. And in tune with that, the next thing is that it really helps to have like like-minded people around you. If you're the only person in your family or your friend group that's decided to like be healthy or to invest and save your money and not just spend everything you make, it's kind of lonely. Like, honestly, it's surprising how few people actually are into working out and investing just in my life alone. And likewise, money can still be a little bit taboo. So in these cases, sometimes it's easier, especially with money, to find an online community of people to talk to, because then you can all still be like anonymous. The anonymity in this case of online is actually good. One tip for you is to find what works for you in both of these things and stick to it. If you need to have like a physical paper budget and write down your money every month, great, do that. If it works, it works. And similarly with fitness, my advice to anybody is like, if you have fun doing a physical activity and it gets your heart rate up, then just do that. Like, it honestly does not matter what it is. If you like doing it and if it gets you off the couch, then do that, at least as your gateway. Because maybe you really like rock climbing, and then since you're into rock climbing, maybe I'll do some weightlifting, maybe I'll do some running, because then it's all around that one activity that you really enjoy and love. Even if it's not optimal, even if it's not like directly contributing to like the perfect chiseled body that you want, just stick with it, because it's better to have the habit and to do the thing you like than to not do it at all. The next truism with fitness and money both is that the deep results are largely hidden, but sometimes can be visible from the outside. So for example, with fitness and with people being in shape and being like generally attractive, you can get a long way with plastic surgery, makeup, really nice clothes. Like, that person can look attractive, but maybe they didn't do all the work behind it to build up their health and fitness and have the body that actually justifies all of that extra work. And so the similar thing happens with money, where maybe someone has spent a lot of money because they have a nice house, nice clothes, nice car, newest technology, whatever, but that's not indicative of them actually having money. Actually, for me, it's not an indicator of you having great wealth. It's, hey, you could have had a lot more if you didn't buy that stuff. And like I said in the beginning, money is easier than fitness in a few ways, and here are some of them. First off, money can be automated. Like this morning, you saw me invest money with M1 Finance, and I had to actually do the work, but it wasn't that much work. I can automate that whole process to where I don't even have to lift a finger. I could be asleep right now and it would still be investing for me. An example of this is what happens with my 401k. So before I even get paid, before I see the check, or it's not even a check, before I even see the direct deposit appear in my account, money has already been invested, because I've set it up to where a certain percentage is sent to our 401k company that like manages it for the company I work for. I don't have to make the choice, and it's wonderful. Fitness can never be automated. There's no unfortunate like goofy 1950s fitness machine that like wiggles your body, or some kind of like electroshock thing that you put on this electric belt and it shocks your tummy into being flat. Like, those just aren't real. That's an attempt at automating our fitness or automating our health, but it's just not a thing. If you don't use it, you lose it. And thankfully, money doesn't really atrophy. I guess now that I think about it, the version of money atrophying is really inflation. That's an interesting thing for another video. Another way that money is easier is that as you get older and as you get more experience, you're probably getting better and better at making money. Where in contrast, obviously, as we get older, our bodies get worse. Like, I don't know if you're in your 30s or 40s yet, but if you're not, get used to like an achy back and ibuprofen and needing to stretch out during the day and hurting yourself for no good reason. Like, it's very odd starting to get old. And I'm not even old. I'm going to be 34 here in a bit. You see how these things are kind of going in opposite directions, where you're saving and investing money, you're paying off debt, it's growing on itself by the power of compound interest. And so on its own, it's on this upward trajectory. And regardless of what we do with our physical bodies and our fitness, we're deteriorating. So that's part of the reason for this video, and part of the reason why I make videos in general, is to encourage us to get our money stuff sorted so that we can use the rest of the time that we have really well. I think that money solves all of our money problems, which is awesome, and they can be plentiful. So let's get rid of those money problems as much as possible so that we've got more bandwidth left to spend the time that we have with the people around us that we love, doing the things that we love, and not worrying about if we're gonna pay bills at the end of this month. Hey, as always, make sure that you like the video if you liked it. If you disliked the video because you have deep hatred welling up in your heart, then hit the dislike button twice. And don't turn on notifications because you've got limited time left. So I want you to spend the time you have doing the things that are most important to you. You don't need another notification in your pocket. So go ahead and keep those turned off. Subscribe before you go, and I'll see you next time. Bye.